Teddy Roosevelt. That sounds so random, right? Teddy Roosevelt. I've been watching off and on. It's this Ken Burns documentary on the Roosevelts. And if you've ever watched a Ken Burns documentary, they're very fascinating and they're very informative. But they're very long and can often be very tedious. So I've been working on this for a few weeks now. But through watching, it covers Teddy Roosevelt, Eleanor Roosevelt, and Franklin Delano Roosevelt and their lives. And even a little of Alice Longworth, or Roosevelt Longworth. Although she may pop up a little bit more later. Anyways, point is, as it covers the Roosevelts, the most famous of all the Roosevelts, and it starts with Teddy, because he's the oldest of them all, and is the one who has the earliest influence, having been appointed or elected vice president in 1900, and then in 1901, about 9 months later, President William McKinley is assassinated, and so Teddy takes over as president and becomes one of the most popular presidents ever. But I just adore his story and his legacy. There's a certain sociopathic side to him. Let's not mince words here. There's a certain bloodlust and manly man over compensatory masculinity sort of thing. But overall, I just adore Teddy Roosevelt as a politician, as an author, as a historian, as a human being. I adore him. So I'm grateful because his legacy passed down through this documentary series to me, and then also I was listening to some old episodes of the Brain Food podcast about Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah, there's just something about Teddy that I'm like, yes, Theodore, rock on, love him. So there you go. If you would like to contact me anywhere on the internet, what you need to be looking for is PurpleBecca923. That's PurpleBecca 923. That is my username on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. With regards to Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, I always follow back. It might take me a while, particularly on Instagram and Snapchat. But I will always follow back, unless and until you send me something inappropriate, in which case you'll be dealt with accordingly. PurpleBecca923 at gmail.com is the email address, and PurpleBecca923.com is the website. Yes. So, real quick, I mentioned it very briefly about a minute or so ago. If you want to check out a really good podcast, check out the Brain Food podcast. I absolutely adore those guys. I really do. These are the same guys that do Today I Found Out, and as well as Top Tens, if I'm not mistaken. It's Simon Whistler and David. I am so bad with his name, and I know his voice, but I'm so bad with his name. But it is a really good podcast. I'm actually 2 steps away from sending them an email going, what the fuck? Where's a new episode? But, Simon hosts 5 different channels on YouTube, so probably a lot of bogged downedness. I don't know if that's a word. But in the meantime, go check out, like I said, I was listening to some old episodes earlier today, 2 of which are about my favorite Roosevelt. But it's always full of really interesting information. And these guys, they interact so well, and they give really interesting commentary. I adore Simon. He's my favorite beardy, baldy man for the time being, anyways. So, my favorite beardy man is, all caps someone, but... And if he ever goes baldy, then he'll be my favorite beardy, baldy man. But for the meantime, Simon is my favorite beardy, baldy man. And that is one of my favorite podcasts. It makes me laugh, it makes me think, it makes me go, and it's just all around, like, it literally is brain food. It is food for your brain. So, yeah. Check it out on your favorite podcast listening platform thingamajigger. So until next time, remember to go out there and create what you deserve. Believe that you deserve it and create it. You believe that you deserve civility and civil discourse? Go out there and create it. You put it out there, it's going to come back to you. Ooh. Full circle. Once you've done that, you can fly with the penguins. Toodaloo!